Morning, everybody. Jason, PJ, Hollis Farms. It is early this morning. No, ma'am. No. We are sitting in the parking lot of Hardee's. We have messed up. I've been having this on my mind for a long time and just hadn't done it. We got us a steak and cheese biscuit and a big old Dr. Pepper to start the morning off. She's doing better while I'm eating. About got her to where I've been working on down. A lot of times when I want to catch her, she runs and I'm down, just down. Usually one word like that or whatever, when I get my voice right and tell her down, she starts paying attention. This eating's kind of hard, but about got her to where she'll sit over in the bed. I hadn't done it riding down the road yet. I always park with her when I'm trying to eat. See, she's over in her bed right now. She about knows she ain't gonna get a bite unless she sits down, and I'm teasing her right now. But anyway, we fixing to work on this biscuit. We're gonna be bad, and then we're gonna get down and do some walking and work some of this off. All right, me and PJ come to check on our burn from yesterday. Some of it did really good, and some of these piles didn't do as good as I wanted them to. I may have to relight them later. And I got some over here that I did not like because it was getting so late. But some of it walked through there pretty good even after we left. So we'll just have to, we got some rain coming in, I think tomorrow. I got another spot that I want to get today. Some of it's going to kind of smolder on down and do okay, but the piles weren't just too big of a concern. I see one catching up pretty good right out there now. It might go on through, but we may have to hit some of that in the summer. But I want to try to get the main part of it burned. I need to get right back over here a little bit another day. But I got another place we thin that I want to work on today when the sun comes up, dries it on off. Like I said, that clear cut will walk you to death. We'll let that burn down as far as it'll burn. Get some breeze going today. So it'll surprise you how much that'll burn on down. The piles are not just a huge concern because they're gonna rot anyway, and there'll be junk grow up in them things. Wasn't too bad though. Very worth it. Very much worth it. Alright, so here's what me and PJ's doing now. This right here was one of the last things we got thinned this year. This was thinned on a 50 basil. You see how thin it is? Sun's not out right now. It's trying to peep through. But this thing is thinned. If you want to do it and get some daylight on the ground, this is what it's going to look like. This is by far the cheapest way to manage land, manage wildlife, manage habitat, whatever you want to call it, is thinning these trees real hard and then burning it. Very cheap. It cost about $5 to do this section we're fixing to do here. The conditions are not really good. It's pretty cloudy, but the sun's kind of been in and out, and we're supposed to get a little wind here in a little while, so I'm gonna go ahead and try because I think we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow. But first thing I'm gonna do is try to light this pile and just kind of see if we can get it to burning. I believe we'll be all right. All right, I've just about used a whole can of fuel, but I about got some of it going. It's just damp and kind of sticky. If that old sun will keep beaming down, I got over here on the side, the sun's hitting it, got it dried out a little bit, and it's going pretty good. It'll just kind of, if we can get it started down here and just let it walk down through here through the day, we'll be all right. Not doing real good on this end at all, or on the back side. I believe that sun's gonna shine a little bit. All right, so I got me a line going down through here. The wind keeps changing directions. Blowing right at me now. We're gonna hop over in here. Whew. Wind's kind of trying to pick up. Sun's trying to come out. If it will, I believe we're gonna be all right. It's still just a little damp, but I think if I keep pushing it, we're gonna get something done. I'm a little worried it may not keep creep across these spots where they skidded, but I'm gonna get up here. I started a little bit right there. If I can ever get it going and that wind will pick up. It's supposed to done picked up, but it's behind on the Weather Channel this morning. But if it'll just stay lit and keep walking through there, we'll be all right. There'll be green stuff come up here where they skidded, just where the soil's been disturbed, but I sure would like to get all this trash. I may end up, you know, like this section here, burn all the way, and it may go out right here. We may have to jump over here and light again, but that'll be all right. Need some wind. But what is burning's doing good. All right, y'all, got another tank put out. Some of it's doing really good and some of it ain't. The wind will stay peaked up, we'll be all right. The sun's kind of popping through. But every time it pops out and that breeze picks up, it gets to rolling. But some of it's just gonna do good and some of it ain't. I am just a little early. Not the best conditions for it. This thing's in 3 sections. There's a ditch right over there where I stopped, a section over there, and then a section on this side of the road. So probably just work on this one today and kind of let it creep through and see what it's gonna do. See that breeze pick up, boy. When that breeze picks up, it gets to going. I think it's blowing a little more on top of this hill. I'm blowing too. Maybe it'll keep creeping. Sun's finally stayed out a little bit now, but boy, we ain't getting much breeze. Every time we get a good breeze, it starts going through there good. Getting it's after lunch now. I'm gonna go up here and shed a few of these clothes and eat a little bit of lunch. I'm gonna stay after it. If this wind will pick up, we'll at least get this one section done where we ain't gotta come back in here on this section. I got 2 or 3 gallons left, probably 2 more, maybe 2 more jugs full. Wind back and forth. It'd be a rough day to be deer hunting because the wind ain't being steady. Oh, excuse me, steady at all. This right up here looks like it's doing pretty good. Might catch up and go on. I think on the perfect day, which it's hard to find anything perfect, you could light one run and it'd blow off down in there and you'd be done. Not today. Gonna be a little while after this rain we get before I can mess with it again. That's why I was trying to get as much of it as I could done today. Right there did good. Need some air to push it on through. Alright, y'all. Having us another tailgate buffet. Man, I love this stuff. Some is sausage and crackers. PJ likes it too. I'm gonna tell y'all the other day I decided to eat jerky for lunch. I ate so much jerky I thought my teeth was gonna fall out. They still sore. I think if this sun stays out and we can kind of keep it lit, it'll kind of keep crawling. Oh, I'm gonna stay at it. It ain't. Let me see what time it is. It's almost 1 o'clock. I want to just kind of keep at it for another hour or 2 and give it time to where I know it's not gonna get out before I leave. I think now that we're here, still got some gas mixed up, we might as well stay at it. I'll ride all the way down. If it's still burning, I'm gonna kind of leave it alone because every time the wind blows, it kind of fires back up. I don't care if it takes all night to creep down through there if it will. I'm gonna go down here to this ditch where I stopped and hadn't been down there in an hour or so and see how that, boy, if it do it like that, if it was the right day, it would all do that and do it quick. We just kind of rushed it a little bit, but it'll be something we ain't got to do later. We'll already have some of it done. One time years ago, right out there where y'all looking, we had burned it, and I killed a turkey right out there in it. Plan to do it again this year too. It may take all day, but we're gonna get something going before it's over with. Too hard-headed to quit. Will make me a run down through there. There's some good fuel in this right there while this wind's blowing. Finally got some pretty good stuff going. If this breeze will keep kind of going like it is, we might get this section done. I ain't gonna get it all. We could have done it all today if we had a good breeze, but that's the way it goes sometimes. We're gonna at least get this. That right there is doing good. I just keep kind of crossing. Anywhere they skid, I kind of get above it, burning back, burning back. A lot of walking, but try to cover as much. We may have to come back in here and kind of spot burn some of it. May not though, if we stay at it here for a little bit longer. We're gonna be all right. It's burning good. Couldn't hardly see no smoke earlier. Now it's smoky. All right, it is burning pretty good on the other side of the road, so I got one more tank left. So I jumped on this side of the road. It's an old loading pad right here. I want to burn the whole thing, but right now I'm gonna light it, and it should burn through pretty good and pretty quick. Feel like we're doing something. Feel like mostly all we've been doing is walking all day, and we have done a lot of that. That make you feel like you're doing something right there. It'll go on through if it ain't too wet in there. I'm planning on burning a lot of these loading pads, because we don't plant our loading pads back, we just leave them. A lot of food in these little half 1 acre loading pads. Burn them like this. All right, I come back down and started another line. Didn't think we was gonna get to this today, but it's rolling pretty good. I'm gonna make sure I at least get started on where our diffs can burn up to it anyway, where if we have to leave anything, it'll be out in the middle. So I won't have to worry about it overnight. Just a little breeze is all it takes. Finally dried out. Alright y'all, I'm gonna try to video this. This line right here is pretty straight. I'm gonna ride the Ranger instead of walking for a minute. Smarter, not harder, right? Side over here did pretty good. It's still burning. Way better over here than it did on the other side. We just started a little early this morning, but rolling pretty good now. Alright y'all, me and PJ made it out. Had another good day. Took a while to get going, but most of it, especially that second section, did real good. Pile didn't do real good. I got stuff falling everywhere. Pile didn't do good, but we got to hit some of that other anyway, and I didn't even try the other pile. Was do that as it dries on out again. Maybe we'll miss this rain, wouldn't hurt my feelings. But anyway, all in all, a good day. Probably used about $10–12 worth of fuel. Pretty cheap management. Habitat, whitetail management, deer, turkey management. Anyway, we are headed to the house. We are tired, ready to eat some supper. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.